Hey guys, welcome back to another segment of the streaming service suggestions. I'm definitely going to be doing these for a while because it got a really good response, the Netflix suggestion one. Not that anybody could tell though, because the first 2 days that it was out, it got 150-ish views, but for some reason now it's down to 30 views. I have no idea how that happened. But it still got a good response, and I saw that. So I'm definitely going to be doing these. So today we're going to be doing Hulu, and I found that Hulu, for me at least, is better for a selection of TV shows than movies. So I am going to be doing TV show suggestions as well as movie suggestions from now on as well. And I also want to do in the near future a segment on TV shows too. So it's a good start for that. So the first one, it is a TV show, is it's an interesting one. It's called Rick and Morty. I'm sure you've probably heard of it somewhere through the grapevine, and it's on Hulu. And this show is just crazy as shit. I actually started watching it. Technically, I started watching it last year, and I only watched like 2 episodes, and I was like, this is okay. And then I went back and started watching it again, and I was wrong. This show is incredible. It just it You have to watch it, but it's just got like such nihilistic sense to it that nothing matters and everything matters. I don't know how they do it, but every episode is almost every episode. The first two you got to get through, but almost every episode is like some insanely original idea, and the more the seasons go on, the more confusing it gets, but like if you pay attention and you're really thinking through it, you'll be able to understand it for the most part. But even if you're confused by it, it's still so entertaining because Rick is this obviously this the scientist grandfather to Morty, and Morty is just kind of a weenie, and he just he's this little kid, honest, and they just go on adventures like in space and through time and everything, and just seeing their growth as like grandson and grandfather, and also Morty's growth as just like not giving a shit anymore. It's just great. I will do more reviews on Rick and Morty later on, but please go and watch it. It is not a stupid cartoon like you think it might be. It is very funny. The next one's also a TV show. It is The Handmaid's Tale. And this is a very opposite end of the spectrum because while Rick and Morty is very funny and lighthearted, if not still very clever, Handmaid's Tale is a slow burning, heavy drama starring Elizabeth Moss, which I thought was a historical piece at first, looking at it, but it's actually a future, like very close dystopian future. It's more dystopian, like present, but it's what could be, and it's just about the society where women are subjected to be just basically the carriers of children, and they're oppressed, and um, for these main big families, that's all they are is the people who bear their children, and there's like a ceremony every month or so to try to get them pregnant. It's really messed up, but it is so good. The cinematography is beautiful. I'm only 5 episodes in, so I'm actually watching it along with you guys if you start watching it, and I mean already it's getting into like the main plot now, but there was a lot of setup for characters, but it is, like I said, it's very heavy, and it's very just taxing because there's a lot of slow moments, and it's very twisted, but it is very good, and Elizabeth Moss is just wonderful. If you've seen it or anything else, you already know that. So getting into the movies now, the one I want to suggest is Parasite. I know I already talked about that, and you can actually see my review if you click right up there. But I just want to say again that it is on Hulu, so you can now watch it if you haven't gotten to it yet, which you should. Won the Oscar this year for Best Director and for Best Picture, and I've seen this now I think 3 times, and every time it just blows my mind away even more. Just from a screenwriting standpoint, it's incredible. I love that movie, and it just always gives me something new to think about. Thematically, plot wise, no matter what it is, it always gives me something new to think about. But you should definitely watch the review if you want to know a little bit more about it, my thoughts on it, and then go watch it on Hulu, or vice versa. The next one is called Sorry to Bother You. If you watched my Guns Akimbo review, then you saw that I mentioned that, and it gave that sort of tone. It also has that like that rainbowish colored, very vibrant, but like with dark themes, sort of look to it. It's about a guy played by Lakeith Stanfield, who, by the way, is just he's in everything and he's awesome. Um, who is in this like regular corporation where he's like just phoning people at their house to try to get them to buy things, and he basically is part of this revolution in the kind of like people standing up being like we want more better pay, we want better benefits, things like that, and he's actually taken into the higher ups, like the golden elevator that goes up to like the better part of the company. And it's kind of that like struggle between, do I stay here or do I help the people who I was part of the revolution with. And but this movie really takes hyperbole to the max, and you need to know that. I actually want to do a review on that as well, um, after you've seen it, but you need to understand that hyperbole and exaggeration to get a message across is a huge part of this movie, or 2/3 of the way through, you're gonna turn it off. I swear to God, I did not see that twist coming. You be prepared. Just know. And the last one is another classic. We'll go back to some of the classics. West Side Story. Now, if you're a musical person, then you're gonna love it. If you are not a musical person, watch it for the cinematic appeal. It's a classic. I have only seen it once, but I still remember most of it and love it. It's the Jets versus the Sharks, and it's I mean, it's a musical. You either really like it or you really don't. You have to be into that kind of thing, and watching it, there's a lot of a lot of beautiful shots and cinematography and choreography and everything. But again, you have to be into it. But give it a try. I swear it is really good. It's a lot of it's made in 1955, I believe. So it's a lot of slower moments, a lot of romantic moments, things like that. But it is very good. It is kind of long, but you got the tension between the two groups, and it's really cool. And hey, you never know. You might just find out that you're a jet, and when you're a jet all the way. When you're a shark, we don't know. They don't tell us. You're a shark half the way. I don't know. Just watch it. So those are the suggestions for the Hulu movies and TV shows. I do want to throw in really, really quickly. I know it's not Netflix, but I'm going to be, like I said, starting a segment sometime soon on TV shows, and one that I want to review and talk with you guys about is The Outer Banks. I'm not going to say anything right now about it, but I just want you to go watch it. It's only 10 episodes. It's like a murder mystery type thing, treasure hunt. Really, really, really good. I loved it, and I want to talk about it with you guys, but I don't want to do it until most of you have seen it, or you have a couple of the spoilers out of the way, things like that. So yeah, go check that out, and go check out all these on Hulu if you have Hulu. You should get Hulu if you like TV at all. And as always, keep your hopes high, your stress low, and movies right in the middle, and TV shows right in the middle.